Last NBA thing, Dave, we'll go into very quick one is NBA Christmas Day games were announced today. The games are as follows, Dave. We've got the Pelicans and the Heat will be kicking off that'll be the nooner game. The 2:30 game will be the Warriors going to Milwaukee to play the Golden State Warriors and the Bucks. The 5 o'clock game being the Nets and the Celtics. That feels like that's always a Christmas game. It's going to be at Boston. Then Luka Doncic going up against the King, LeBron James, at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then the nightcap, a rematch of the second round playoff series, Clippers and the Nuggets. What are your thoughts? What do you think about these playoff matchups? You excited for them? I know it's basketball, so Dave's excited, but how would you rank these Christmas Day games, Dave?
They're okay. The problem is, it's like the one I want to see, the Mavericks Lakers game, obviously, but KP won't be healthy for that. And I don't know, who knows if Anthony Davis, LeBron, like what form of that rotation. I mean, it is Showtime kind of a game, so like maybe they'll both be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the KP matchup, I wanted to see KP AD go at it and just see who bangs out, wins it out, because that could be a Western Conference Finals type matchup right there, right off the bat of the season. Heat Pels, that's money. That is money in the bag, and I'm so excited to see that.
That's my favorite one.
Like, young stars, and young stars,
Zion,
and then Jimmy Butler. You
Zion
can't ask for
Williamson
more.
on Christmas. Let's go.
Yeah, what time is that one?
That is times? The nooner. Yeah, it's on the graphic.
Oh, I'm going to plant my tuchus right in front of that TV. I don't
know. You might be eating. People might be eating around that time.
I will ignore my family for that game.
Central time though. That'd be 11 o'clock for us. No one's eating on Christmas at 11 o'clock. For us, though,
I usually do like the Christmas Eve thing, so that should be good.
So, like, with me, it's Christmas Day usually. The game that's in jeopardy for me is Nets Celtics, which, for me, if I had to grade them, like, Pelicans Heat, fuck yeah, I'm excited for that. Zion, that entire fucking Heat team. I hope that's a great game. Lakers Mavericks, I do like, but like you said, will everyone be there? Nets Celtics. Like, if both those teams are healthy,
Kemba's not playing that game.
What?
Kemba won't be there.
Yeah, Kemba won't, but like you've got Jaylen Brown still out there, fucking that Celtics team with Katie and Kyrie. I think it's still be a good matchup.
Peyton Pritchard will be there.
Oh, and Peyton Pritchard. Can't forget the Pritch man. The only one that the two that I'm kind of like about, Clippers Nuggets, only because like
that one has some shine to it.
I get the storyline of last year, but I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's me just looking at the Nuggets and not thinking like they're talent-wise good enough to be prime time or Christmas, but they're not a team that is all like they're not the Flash. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have the glitz and the glamour.
Jamal Murray hit every shot for 4 weeks in a row.
I know that. I'm just saying like a team in general, to where it's like to me it's like I don't know. Plus, it could be a game where Kawhi goes, "Fuck it, I'm not playing that game."
No, that's
fucking play.
Christmas Day is one of those games where I don't care who you are, you're playing that game if you're healthy. Like that should be a good match, but I do want to see how Serge handles going up against KPJ and Jokic. Yeah. That's my question. This is like the early scouting preview. Is like, do they have an answer? Can this team beat the Nuggets? Like the Warriors Bucks one. I mean, is that just disappointing?
Like I'm gonna say something that might sound as disrespectful, but because we already knew Kawhi was injured, should the league have taken the Warriors off of Christmas Day? Should they have just taken them off of Christmas Day? Because, like, for me, I look at it and I go, Steph could be knocking on whatever I can, Dave, that fucking Steph doesn't get injured. That was probably very bad knocking on the microphone, but, like, that Steph doesn't get injured. Clay's already injured. Like, the Warriors not full strength. It's kind of to me.
So here's the thing. On one side, I totally agree with you.
On the other side, it's the fucking Warriors.
On the other side, we could see a weird grouping of Kelly Oubre, Wiggins, and Wiseman, somehow dominate on a level where they can compete with the Bucks. That would excite me. Like, it is up to that group of guys who we have. I don't want to say written off, but I mean they're clearly a tier below what our expectations are right now for this team. So yes, we know what Steph is. He's the best point guard, one of the best shooters of all time, and everything he's going to be able to bring back to that offense. So it should actually function like an NBA level team instead of the G League team it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's like, give me like a week of seeing Wiseman, Oubre, and Wiggins together. That's what I'm excited about. Let me see the kids play, and we'll see what this matchup looks like. Because the Bucks, Giannis is Giannis, Drew is Drew. Like K-Mid, we know this team. Nothing really changed there, other than the fact that you switched out Eric Bledsoe, who's just a continual playoff choker, for Drew Holiday, who has some legs to stand on. So we'll see.
The problem with me is, looking at these teams. Yeah. Obviously, the Lakers and Heat are going to be on Christmas. They were in the finals last year. So you got to have, let's say you're like, okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams that we got to have. Lakers and Heat are going to be there. They were in the finals last year. Check. Pelicans have to be there. Zion Williamson. Get him on primetime. Get him, not even primetime, get him on Christmas Day in front of the fucking national audiences. So check. Agreed. Then it's like, well, the Nets are going to be there because KD, you want to have him on Christmas. The Clippers are going to be there because of their players. You want to get them on Christmas. Celtics are another one that have to be there. No. I would even say the Bucks. You got to have Giannis there. I understand the Warriors, but without their names, I wouldn't put them. To me, I almost the interesting decision that I would be making is, and yet again, this is because of their hot bubble performance.
Yep.
And because of basically the hype around this team, should the league have put the Phoenix Suns on Christmas Day? Maybe instead of Clippers Nuggets, it's Clippers Suns, or instead of Mavericks Lakers, it's Suns Lakers. Suns Lakers intrigues me just because those fan bases hate each other anyway.
Luka Doncic.
I know. Luka Doncic. Maybe what I would do is move Mavericks to Mavs Bucks, take the Warriors out, Mavs Bucks, then Suns Lakers.
No, again, it's Steph Curry is still the face of the Warriors, the dynasty, and the greatest, regular season team of all time. So every team here has a reason to be here, except
the Pelicans.
No, the Pelicans have Zion. Like you said, Adam Silver's not an idiot. He knows marketing.
Are you gonna say it's either the Heat or the Nuggets then, right?
It's the Nuggets. Okay. And I know I'm gonna take flack for it, but you're right.
No,
if there's an unsexy team here, it's the Nuggets, and there's no problem. Jokic was a top 10 player last year. He absolutely deserves to be there. Jamal Murray shot an insane percentage and became a second star that we had hoped he would be for a long time. The question is, can he sustain it outside of the bubble and throughout this next season, and really show that, hey, we have the firepower to really compete with the top teams in the West. But yeah, if there was a team out of these 10 to knock out, I want to see Kevin Durant play. I'm sorry. I want to see Kevin Durant and Kyrie and that dysfunctional Nets team play on Christmas Day.
Or
the Celtics have to play. So yes, it comes down to.
I was going to say, do the Celtics have to play?
What's up?
I was going to say, do the Celtics do they have to be on Christmas?
Yeah. Okay. I think so. I think they've been in the Eastern Conference playoffs for a couple years in a row. They've got Jason Tatum, who's a budding top 10 player in the NBA. He's got everything that you want from a future superstar. Great personality, got the ego to take the ISO plays. He's got the mentality out there. So, he's Showtime.
Two changes, alternate realities of I'm not saying these changes have to happen, but two that I would make if you're asking me to make changes. Number one, the Suns. How I would do that is Nuggets, you get the boot. Mavericks move down, play the Clippers. That'd be a home game for the Mavericks then. So it'd be Clippers, Mavericks in Dallas, rematch of a playoff series. Suns are going up against the Lakers. That's the series.
You want Chris Paul, Devin Booker,
yes, against the Lakers, against Chris Paul, LeBron James. That writes itself. Suns hate the Lakers. They hate the Lakers. I know you're looking at the Jalen Suggs injury, aren't you?
No, the retro.
What?
Nets Warriors should face each other. 100% Kevin Durant versus Steph Curry. I love the storyline there.
Well, and that's the thing. The Celtics were the other team where I'm boot them, get the 76ers in this bitch. And then basically what I'm doing is how I would move that around. Let's put the Warriors against the Nets. Warriors against KD writes itself. Yep. Then I almost say, fuck it. Have Heat Bucks go up against each other. No,
we've already seen that.
No. I'm going to say I would move the
team.
Pelicans to the Bucks, have Zion go up against Giannis, and then Sixers
MVP
Heat.
versus future MVP,
And then have
perhaps?
Sixers Heat go up against each other, because that's another one that the new
You'd bring the Sixers
Glenn
in?
Rivers, the Glenn Rivers team. Like, the only way I'm bringing the Sixers in, though, is if they're playing the Heat. Like,
I don't know.
playing Jimmy Butler again, Glenn Rivers coming in. Can they do enough to...
Nah.
Sixers don't
Not
intrigue.
putting Sixers on
Let's be
national
honest,
TV
the East don't have
Christmas Day.
like the other teams that, yet again, not saying they should be, but like the Rocket, you could make a case for the Rockets. You could make a case for the Blazers. Hell, if
Rockets
you
aren't there for one reason, Ricky.
because
No
they're
one
going to trade
knows
their
if James
players.
Harden and
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook will
Yeah.
be playing basketball for Houston on Christmas Day.
Like you could even make an argument for the Grizzlies. But the Grizzlies are less. The Grizzlies fall in the same category as the Nuggets, but they're less sexy than the Nuggets.
I would argue they're more sexy than the Nuggets,
But that's
they're
because
less
you
good.
really like them.
But they're less good. The Memphis Grizzlies are a better team
Memphis Grizzlies. Let's
as far as
go.
fun, because John Morant has just he's Derrick Rose as far as landing, but like he's got the explosive throwdowns. Like he is absolutely fun. But yeah, no, the Nuggets are just a much better team. I
Retro
will fully
Grizz
admit that.
Goats. Grizz Goats. Let's
Hell yeah,
go.
son.